Yo, 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 what's good? What's good with the people? Dave, what's poppin', bro?
What's up, man?
All right, I gotta admit, this show is not gonna be very long, okay? It's not much to talk about, and I didn't have time to put a lot of stuff together. So this show is not gonna be very long, but it is some things to talk about, and we're gonna talk about them. But Dave, before we get to that, how was your weekend?
It was good, man. I got to chill with one of my favorite MCs, Rhapsody.
I
Did
saw
the meet
that.
and greet action on Friday.
I saw that.
Went to the all female hip hop tour. That was a pretty dope show across the board. So I had a pretty good weekend. Watched a lot of football. You know what I'm saying? So it was a pretty good weekend to say the least. What about you, man?
Me, I was chilling, man. I didn't do much. Did a little shopping. Watched the Carolina Duke game, which I need some blood pressure medicine for
Oh
because that
yeah, I
game
saw.
that game was
I did
insane.
that.
Oh, they say they can't. They say they can't hear. They say they can barely hear you,
Y'all
Dave.
can barely hear me. Hold
Yeah, you
on.
got to turn up, Dave, all the way. Turn
Turn
up.
up. Turn up. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me see what this audio looking like.
Dave gonna turn himself up.
I ain't got too much space, I'll tell you that. Is this better, guys?
Yes, I could tell it's already a little bit better. That
All
should be
right.
better.
Push it to the limit.
Hold on, let me see. Yeah, 'cause I ain't nothing I can do on my side. I don't think. All right, how about now? Say something, Dave.
Test, test, test.
Yeah.
One, two,
Okay.
three.
That should be better. That should be better. Should be
All
much
right.
better. All right, I'm gonna come up a little bit too. Pause. All right, we should be good now. We should be good. We should be good with the mic check. All right. So yeah, I watched the Duke UNC game. Other than that, that was it, man. Watched some UFC.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, the UFC was on Saturday.
I did. I watched some. I watched some good fights.
What you
All,
what you think
all
about? What did you think about it, man? You think
I'm
Bones
a.
got over?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't make it to that fight. Yeah, I fell asleep. I
Yeah, I
didn't.
did too. I watched it the next morning. I saw it was an hour, so I watched the whole fight, man. It was a really good fight. So if you haven't watched it yet, you should watch it. The judges kind of ruined it a little bit. I thought Reyes won the first two, and Bones won the final two, and then it was pretty much up to round three. And I thought Reyes barely got round three, but it was so close. But one ref had to one judge had Jones winning 4-1, which was insane. And I guess they're gonna probably get rid of that guy because I guess
But
he had bad calls
I,
all night.
yeah, I was gonna say I will say like some of the decisions made all night was jacked up. It wasn't just the Bones Jones fight. It was the other fights too.
Yeah,
I
there
feel
was
like Lewis should have lost. Truth be told.
yeah, he should have.
Yeah.
He absolutely should have. He
Yeah.
should have.
So
He absolutely should have. Yeah, but the thing is, it was the same judge it was the same judge that gave Bones 4-1, which I can't figure out any scenario where 4-1 would happen. I could see 3-2 Jones or the other way around, but no 4-1 from either.
yeah.
So
Yeah, but other than that, just a lot of sports, a lot of chilling. I ain't got nothing going on. I didn't even, we gon' that's our first topic. I'm gonna be quite frank. I didn't watch a lot of XFL. Dave watched a lot of XFL, so I'm gonna let Dave get into it. Let's talk about it. What you got on the XFL, Dave? Because everybody talking about it in the chat. XFL is in the building. What are your
let me tell
initial
you something,
thoughts?
man. Let me tell you something, man. The games were actually pretty damn good. They were pretty damn good. They were. I enjoyed the hell out of them games, man. I enjoyed the hell out of them games. They were some pretty good. I love the new kickoff. The kickoff is dope.
Okay, what's
The
good with the
kickoff for
kickoff?
that joint,
What is the
huh?
kickoff? What is the kickoff?
So they put pretty much the teams at the 30 yard line, right?
Hmm.
5 yards apart. It's not that crazy shit the NFL does. They put 10 on 10
Nice.
type shit. And then the defense can't start going after it until the offense catches the ball.
Ah,
And then it causes the potential for more
kick
returns.
returns. Yeah.
And you can't touchbacks. Touchbacks, the ball goes on the 35.
Nice. So
out of
you
bounds,
so
the
you
ball
better
probably goes
so
under
you
35.
better so you better run
So
that
you
thing
want to
out.
return that joint?
Yeah, you better run that thing out. I gotta watch. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch none. I didn't watch no XFL. I saw it. I'm gonna get in because I was late to the AAF party too. I think I missed week one, but by the time it got rolling, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. There's a lot of former NFL players in this joint. A lot of former college stars in this joint. So it's pretty good. It seemed like it's
Yeah.
pretty good.
So then on top of that, then they had an incident where it was instant replay, and it showed like the level of transparency. So basically, they went into the booth where they were debating on where to play or who
Yeah,
should get the
that's it's the
ball.
same thing AAF
Like,
did. That's they got that from AAF or AFF, whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, AFF, whatever that joint was. They got it from that
but
because they did the same thing.
it was pretty good football. The extra point is dope. The extra point is vicious, man.
What's
The extra point is dope.
what's good with the extra point?
There's no kicker. So if you want to go for one, you do a play at the 2. You go for 2, you got to do a play at the 5. If
I
you go for
like
3, you
that.
got to do a play at the 10.
So
So
kickers
it
really don't
creates,
matter at that point.
but just for kickoff, that's it.
Just
They have field goals,
okay, so you can
and
still kick
like,
field goals. I like that.
and then like the punt situation is interesting too, because if you punt the ball out of bounds, the ball will go to the 35. If you try to coffee kick the joint out of bounds, if you do a touchback, it goes to the 35. So that forces more returns too.
I like that. I like that. I like
Yo,
those rules. I'm gonna
son.
have to watch. I'm gonna have to watch. I will say, Dave, do you have a squad?
Oh yeah, the Roughnecks. Houston
Okay.
Roughnecks.
All right. We on the same
I
page.
made that decision when I looked at all the rosters and figure out how many
Yeah.
Aggies was on the roster,
We on the
and the
same page.
Roughnecks had one.
We on the
So
same
I'm rolling with the
page.
Roughnecks.
We on the same page. We talking about I think it's DJ what's his name? DJ DJ Alotoy.
Yes,
Yeah.
that guy.
Number 30 for the
Yes,
Roughnecks. He's a backup cornerback. Um
yes, that's what I wrote. There's a lot of Panthers in the league,
a lot
former
of Panthers.
Panthers in the league.
Coney Ely plays for the Roughnecks too.
Yeah, and
Coney
then
Ely
I
plays for the
know
Roughnecks. Elijah Hood
Cap.
plays. Go ahead.
Yeah, Cap plays for the Dallas squad. Um, who else? Elijah Hood is on one of the
He plays for
teams.
LA.
He plays for LA.
Heineke plays for Seattle, right?
Yeah,
One of the
he ain't
teams.
starting though.
Hey man, he's in there. I
And then
saw the
who else is?
I saw the clip of him chugging the seltzer waters.
And then Rashad Ross, who folks thought that he was going to be the best wide receiver in the league.
My man.
He plays for the DC Defenders, but he didn't start. But the DC Defenders don't have tight ends, so they play 3, 4 wide receiver sets all the time. They don't
Wow.
have any tight ends.
Yo, somebody already got fired. Somebody's defensive
Yeah, Edward
somebody
Johnson
defensive coordinator got fired already,
left
bro. They not
left
playing,
out
B.
the son. They about this walking paper life.
They
Of
not
course, it's
playing.
like a horror flick where the first guy gets fired is a black guy. But that's another
Oh,
discussion for another day.
there we go.
They got four.
There
They
we
got
go.
4 black head coaches, so I can't complain too much.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to the XFL, man. I'm gonna be watching next week. I'm gonna watch my Roughnecks. We gonna get it cracking. I'm rolling with the Roughnecks, B.
Yo, you
I'm
know what the
rolling with the
irony of
Roughnecks.
all that shit is, though, man? You know what their starting quarterback is?
Well, it's the PJ Walker kid, right?
Yeah, PJ Walker. You know who he played for?
No, who you play for?
He played for Temple when Rule was there.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, he's definitely
He
gonna
wasn't
be a
supposed to
Panther.
get.
He's definitely. Hey, they're definitely gonna sign that kid for sure. Definitely, he's definitely gonna be a Panther. Definitely gonna be a Panther. And and Dave, that is a great segue. No, it's not. We're not gonna get there yet. We're not gonna get there yet.
Nah, we're
But
not
yeah,
there
no,
yet.
but yeah, man, nah, that's crazy. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he definitely got a tryout. Is on the practice squad next year. Um, so we'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
I think the NFL is going to take a few more things from this league by far,
Oh
just
yeah,
like they
of
did with the
course,
XFL the first time.
of course,
Because there
of
was some
course they
pretty
are.
cool, innovative stuff. Like they did a lot of sideline reporting, after play reporting, after TD reporting. There was a lot of that in the game. A lot of that. They had mics on all like the quarterbacks, so you can hear the quarterbacks when he's about to do the huddle. They had mics on the coordinators that were calling the plays, or the coach that was calling the plays, so you can hear the name of the plays before when they pass it to the quarterback. So they'll turn it. It's pretty dope. I ain't gonna front. It was. I thought it was entertaining. I thought the games were good. I thought it was pretty competitive. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to it. And the fact that it's cool that we get to see all the games because it's 4 games a weekend. So
Yeah,
that's a dope
that's dope.
aspect too.
That's dope. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what's up with the XFL. I'm down. I'm rolling.
And Greg Olson did pretty damn good commentating.
Yeah, I gotta check
He
that out too.
commentated the Fox game on Sunday.
You know, dude, this is just a warm up. He gonna see how he like it. He gonna get comfortable, and then get ready for the Fox job in real life or whatever, whoever's gonna pay him. But yeah, man, I see it. I see that happening for sure.
Yeah.
Especially saying that he did he take his visits yet to the teams? He's supposed to visit 2 teams.
I haven't been keeping track, man.
Me either.
He ain't
I haven't
taking the
seen.
notes. I ain't paying attention.
Oh man, don't do the Panther legend like that, bro.
I'm just joking.
Come
I'm just
on,
joking. I just
Dave.
haven't been paying. I don't know. I do know that. Congrats to Jennifer King
Oh
because
yeah, for
she's
the
going to be the
Redskins.
first African American
Yeah, she's
female assistant coach.
assistant coach for the Redskins. She used to be with us.
Yep.
Used to be with us.
Yep.
I think she was a
She
coaching
came with
intern.
Rivera.
She was a coach intern for us. And then Rivera hired her. Obviously, Rivera is a good guy, so that's not surprising that he did that. Um, but yeah, man, shout out to her. I think the San Francisco also had. They also have a female assistant. I think she's a. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Karen.
she is. I don't know what
She's
she.
like an offensive
I know
assistant.
it's an offensive line coach or something, something like that. Something like that. I don't know
Yeah, she's
for
an
sure.
offensive assistant. They had a lot of Microsoft commercials with her over the past few
Yeah.
months.
But all right, moving on. Let's move on, Dave. You got the hat on. Let's talk
I
about
do.
it. Let's talk about
Let's
it.
go.
If you don't know, we talk about A&T a lot, which is our alma mater. Um, our A&T, our North Carolina A&T State University, has moved from the MEAC, which is our historically black college conference, to the Big South. So we are now joining the likes of Monmouth, Kennesaw State, 2 teams who have made the FCF playoffs. So we're moving up in terms of football, um,
And
uh,
basketball.
football and basketball because Winthrop plays.
Winthrop plays in
Yeah, Winthrop
that
plays there, and
conference.
they are constantly in the tournament. So we definitely have moved up from a sports perspective. And I know a lot of y'all probably don't care about this, but because we went to A&T, it means something to us. So we're gonna talk about it. If you want to tune out for the next couple minutes, so be it. But we're gonna talk about it. Maybe you could learn something about HBCU football, HBCUs in general, just because that's where we went. So Dave, what are your thoughts on A&T moving to the Big South, bro?
I love it, man. And the biggest reason why I love it is because I think they know they want to get a step up in competition. They want their chance to go into the FCS playoffs consistently. And I don't think the Celebration Bowl is cool, and I enjoyed A&T being at Celebration Bowl. I'm looking forward for us to make it one more time while we're still in the MEAC for the final year. But what it boils down to is that I think they want to go for the gold. They want to compete in the FCS playoffs.
Well, I mean,
A&T's the
truth
only
truth be
A&T's the only MEAC team over the past 5 years that got an at-large bid in the FCS playoffs since the Celebration Bowl's been there.
yeah, but I kind of disagree with that. Truth be told, I think we could have got to a playoff without that. Without going to we would have got the invite. Had we regardless, and we would got it from the MEAC. I think the biggest thing in us moving, I think it has a lot to do with the other institutions in the MEAC.
Yeah, there's that too.
I
I didn't
think
want. That's the next
I mean,
phase.
it's just a
But
fact.
I
I mean,
do.
we can't avoid it. It's the truth. It's the truth. But
I think I
go
think
ahead.
the cost was a factor too. Like the fact that the conference, like other than football, because football they have Monmouth and Kennesaw State and North Alabama. But other than that, all the full time teams in the conference are in South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. So that reduces the travel. The kids will be in class more versus them doing those crazy east to west coast, east up and down the I-95, going to Florida and back, which is hours on end of travel, and
And
Delaware and
up to Maryland.
everywhere else. So they're going to cut their costs with that. But yeah, the state of some of the schools within the conference is a factor too. I mean, when you talk about FAMU's been like, I know everybody likes to scream FAMU this, FAMU that, but FAMU's been struggling with their athletic budget because of the travel and because of other circumstances as well. Bethune Cookman
They in bad
could be
shape,
losing their
bro.
accreditation in a
Yeah, they
month.
they in bad shape, bro. Bethune is in bad
Yeah,
shape.
it's not. Yeah, it's not looking good for Bethune Cookman. South Carolina State, they've been having a lot of enrollment challenges to say the least. So they just changed leadership a few years ago, but they have some enrollment challenges, and they're going to have some heavy pushback from the state of South Carolina because they have a flourishing private HBCU right across the street from them that isn't really asking for that state's help. So the state of South Carolina is going to probably do something to the effect of, hey, Claflin across the street is doing fine. Why can't you? Because they've been losing a lot of money because of the lower enrollment, and they still have all these facilities to take care of. I mean, a few years ago they had enough to cover payroll for lunch. So there's some challenges with that. So like there's a lot of schools there's a few schools that's on the brink, and if you look at the fact that there's a lot of like the conference is perceived together. Like A&T is a founding member of that conference. They helped start that conference back in 1970. So when you look at it, they jumble all of us into one, and
Hmm.
that's something that A&T like right now it doesn't really affect A&T, but there'll be some point if they would have stuck around longer that it would.
Yeah, I think the rubber was about to meet the road. I think they just got ahead of it and decided to get out. And I think there's some other advantages too. The media package is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much every sport, every game is televised through ESPN Plus. So we'll be able to watch every single game. That wasn't the case. Although I got a lot of them through ESPN 3. A lot of our
Yeah, like the
games,
football ones, you never had an
football for
issue
sure.
because it was A&T.
Yeah, but I
But
can't watch any basketball.
basketball
Yeah,
and
right,
all the other sports,
right. That's true. Yeah. So we'll be able to watch all the sports through ESPN Plus. So, and then the funny thing is I got one of my coworkers went to Northern Alabama, who's starting in the league this year. They're actually going to start. I know they're already in it per se, but they start football this year. And we already got money on the game when they play. I know the football doesn't go into effect until 2021, but we already got money on the game, so it's gonna be it's gonna be fun, man. It's good times. I'm enjoy it. I'm enjoy it. It's a step up in competition. I embrace it. I don't think us moving out of the MEAC is gonna change our culture. A lot of people are pissed off about that, but listen, man, the alumni, current students make A&T. I mean, we make A&T what it is. So if y'all abandon ship just because we switched a sports division or sports conference, that's on you, man. Look yourself in the mirror, bro. You gotta support that joint no matter what. So I don't know, man.
no, it's just I'm like yo, you guys ain't looking at the big picture. Because if we go out and head into the Big South, we become dominant in the Big South as a stepping stone for us to go to FBS. And there's a few teams that have left the Big South to go FBS. So you got to take those things into account. So I think I know people are worried about the traditional rivalries. We're still going to play Central because in
Yeah,
essence, there's only two games that everybody came for. It was Central,
and
and then it
homecoming.
was Homecoming. And Homecoming, the opponent is irrelevant. One year we had Virginia University of Lynchburg, and it was still sold out, and alumni was there, and it
Right.
was packed.
It don't matter
It
who.
does not matter who
It
the
won't,
opponent is.
bro. I'm gonna be. I don't know. The last game I went to at homecoming was like 5 or 6 years ago. Nobody. I mean, now since the football team is good, people go to homecoming because of the game, and they go to attend the game. But bro, last year
Yeah, I went to the
on the
game.
street the whole time. I was chilling.
Yeah,
I was drunk the whole day. I wasn't worried about no game. We knew we was gonna win. We was playing Howard, right? We destroyed Howard, B. Nobody worried about the game.
I left after the first half. I
Exactly.
was like,
That's what people do
I went,
anyway,
I went,
Dave.
I went. You go, and the thing is, most folks go to the game for the band.
And they go for
Like, I
halftime,
only
right?
go for the band. Like, I don't care who the opponent is.
Right.
Like, I go because I'm like, I don't get to see the blue and gold march machine, and I don't know if you heard or not, but it looks like the band's going to North Dakota State, man.
Yeah. No,
So
I
we don't
heard.
get to see.
I heard North Dakota State paid for the band to come too, so they know what it
Yeah,
is. They know what it is.
they're,
We gonna be lit. I'm telling you, Dave.
yo,
That
son.
game is gonna be lit, bro. I cannot wait to go to North Dakota State. They gonna get this work too. Believe that.
I'm not ready to be as
Hey,
confident as you,
listen, man.
sir.
Let's talk. Yeah, let's. Hey, I'm ready,
Yo,
bro.
look, I could talk. I'm gonna be ready game day. I'm just not. I'm not ready for that build yet. I'm not ready for that build yet. I've watched them play, man. I ain't ready for that build
Hey,
yet.
man. North Dakota
They're good.
State. Let's talk about it. Come get this work. But all right, man. Hey, Dave. I don't want to turn this to an A&T podcast. We probably need to do that though. But listen, A&T to the Big South.
Look, man,
Let's
we got to do the Big South research. We're gonna have some pretty dope rivalries. We get to play High Point.
High Point University. Yeah, right
That's
up the
gonna be a
street.
dope rivalry. Well,
That
not
is
in
gonna be a
football, in
dope
basketball. That's gonna be a
basketball.
problem.
In basketball, yeah. And we're gonna have Hampton probably gonna be a
And then
rivalry by
Hampton's gonna be
nature.
back, so we'll rotate homecomings. Since y'all want a black school homecoming so bad, we'll rotate homecomings. How about that for you?
That's funny.
Right now, that's the only team we can play within the conference schedule. But I don't think it's that serious. The opponent doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Like it doesn't matter.
the
People are gonna
opponent
go.
never mattered. Maybe if you want to see a band, but half the bands don't even come. They don't even bring their bands to homecoming
Most of
like
the
that.
bands don't come. Howard didn't even come
Yeah, they
last
didn't
year.
bring their band. Yeah, they
The
so
band's trash anyway, but that's beside the point. They
yeah,
didn't
their
come
band is
last year.
terrible. Howard band is terrible, bro. But anyway, all right, let's move on. We'll update you guys on the comings and goings of A&T's move to the Big South. It's a big thing for us. It's a big deal. A lot of the alumni are pissed off because they feel like our culture is going to be tainted. They feel like our band's going to turn to a core style band. They feel like our homecoming is going to be watered down. But I don't see how any of that happens because of a conference change. That just doesn't make any sense. The alumni make the school. If you are a part of the culture, if you establish that culture, you give back, you attend GHO, you do the right thing, you support your school. None of that is gonna change.
Nothing's gonna change. The only thing that's changing are the opponents. That's it.
Yeah. So all right, let's
That's
move
it.
on.
It's the only thing that's changing. But let's move on.
Let's move on, Dave. My bad. I got on a rant because
No, we
people
good.
have been
No, we
tripping,
good because
bro.
we on the same page here.
Yeah, we definitely understand. People have been tripping. They need to relax. Let's move on. Let's move on. All right, Dave. So it's officially announced. We're getting into Panther news now. Let's focus back in. I saw the chat got quiet. Let's focus back in. We back Panther related news. And Dave, it has been determined that Sean Padden is now the president of football operations. We knew the man was going to be on staff, but we didn't know in what capacity. And in a crazy turn of events, because the way David Tepper spoke, he spoke as if there will be one position, an assistant GM, and a vice president of football operations. Am I correct in that, Dave?
Yes.
That's how he spoke. But now it seems as if they didn't get their guy. It seems like they wanted Barry, and Barry was going
They
to be
wanted
that guy.
Barry.
Yeah, so that fell through, and so now they have this guy as a vice president of football operation who doesn't have any NFL experience. He's going to report to Marty Herney, excuse me,
Marty.
and we are still on the search for an assistant GM. Dave, what are your thoughts on this? Because this is crazy to me, bro. This is crazy to
Keeping
me.
Marty Herney is why we don't have Andrew Berry. Andrew Berry. Period. 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 Keeping Marty 2.0
Yep.
is why we don't have Barry. Because
Ding.
Barry wanted to come here.
He wanted to come here. Yes. That's
Barry
and that's
wanted to
fact.
come here.
He said it too publicly. They said
Yeah.
that he wanted to come to the Panthers. He wanted to interview with us. But the fact that Herney was in the same position or in that position and Barry wouldn't have full roster control prevented us from interviewing him. So if you want
Because
go ahead, Dave, my
because the
bad.
Browns could say no.
Yes.
Or wherever he went.
Because
Whatever
it was
team he went.
it was it's deemed as a lateral move, and that's
Yep.
why we couldn't and we talked about this at length on our prior episodes. But yes, Dave is absolutely correct. And this move right here does not make any sense to me. I don't. And listen, if I'm wrong, I will gladly be wrong about this. But I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of this hire one bit.
I don't agree with the move, but it makes sense. You want to know why?
Why, Dave?
Because if Marty messes this up, get him out the paint immediately.
But is it Marty's call? Is my question. Who's call? This is rule. This is on rule, bro. This is a
Yeah,
rule decision.
it is because it's his rule.
Ah, I see what you did there, Dave. It's gonna be.
Marty is out here. Marty's out here. He's just a pawn in the game right now, fam.
That's what I'm saying. So we
'Cause
can't even blame it. This hire is on rule. It's obvious. Temple Baylor connection, as you can see, this man has zero NFL experience and is now the vice president of football operations. Dave, insane
yeah,
to
man.
me, bro. Insane.
Yo, man, networking is a powerful tool. Don't you agree?
Uh, Especially when you're friends with Rule.
Yeah, man. Rule brought everybody.
Insane, bro.
I don't agree with it. I gotta roll with it.
Oh, we
I
all
don't
we
agree
all
with
we
it.
all gotta roll with it, bro. We all gotta do what we gotta do, man. But this is one I'm not a fan of. And listen, I haven't been. I'm not. There's two hires I'm really not a fan of right now. Okay, you can talk about all the college coaches you want. Three. There's three. It's
You be like
two
four.
point five, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. I'm on record saying I do not like the Phil Snow hire. Just because Wade Phillips is out there, I thought we could have had better options. The dude has zero experience in the NFL. I don't like the Phil Snow as defensive coordinator, and I could be wrong. I just want to go on record because you can hold me to this. You can screen capture this, and if I'm wrong, I will gladly be wrong on this. I don't like the Sean Patton hire because I felt like there was a better option than Andrew Berry. Excuse
We
me,
couldn't
and we
get him.
couldn't get him because of Hurney. Okay, so I don't like this hire, and I'm on the fence. This is 1.5. I like the Joe Brady hire, but I don't like it because I feel like it's a lose-lose situation. I've been on record saying this, in that if it works out, then he's gonna get hired somewhere else with the quickness, and if it doesn't work out, we're gonna be garbage because he can't coordinate an offense. Okay, so it's a lose-lose situation for the Panthers. But I do like the hire. I just I can't get with it because again it's a lose-lose. So um, I can't get with that, man. I don't know, Dave. So and again I don't know what his duties are gonna be because and Juicius Paul Caesar asked the questions. What will his duty be? I have no idea because usually the vice president of football operations also has GM work. But obviously, they're still looking for an assistant GM. So I don't know what his role is going to be. And again, listen, I'm not big on titles. I'm all about getting the right people in the door, and you can name them whatever the hell they want. So again, I don't know what his title is going to be, but vice president of football operations seems like a rather high title for a guy that doesn't have any experience. Coupled with the fact that we could have had Andrew Berry, I just don't like this, man. I don't like it. And now we're looking for an assistant GM. It just seems like it's a hodgepodge. Dave, you want me to be frank? You want me to be just quite frank with this situation? It. I'm just gonna do it, Dave. It seems like Tepper don't know what the hell he's doing, bro. That's what I'm gonna be. I hate to talk. I hate to tell a billionaire he doesn't know what he's doing, but it
I'm
just
not telling
seems
the billionaire he doesn't know what he's doing.
it just.
I'm not
I'm just
doing that.
saying it seems like it, Dave. It seems like it. That's all I'm saying. It seems like it.
Boy, you're insulting a billionaire, man. How could you?
I said it seems like it, Dave.
It appears
I don't know, man.
that he ain't about that life, man.
I don't know, bro. But anyway, and listen, this is your vice president of football operations, folks. This is your king. This is your guy.
But that wasn't him.
That's this is your king. That's your king, B. Vice president of football operations. All right. All right.
Oh,
That's all I got. That's all I got on that. That's all I got on that. All right. Any more thoughts on your vice president of football operations, Dave?
I was like, you know what? Why does he have to be mine? He's yours too, bro.
Listen, that's your king, B.
Is this your king?
All right, so moving on, Dave.
What a
Let's
mess.
move on. It's a mess, B. That I think that just seems like a whole bunch of hodgepodge. I did shout out to Highline 171. I did see that Omar Khan is the guy that they're looking for. I think Tepper's trying to get Omar Khan. I would be happy with that. It just seems like I don't understand why there's not enough movement in that direction right now. There's been a whole off season so far. You could have worked on it through the playoffs and whatnot. You could have been working on that. And now I think we're to the point now that a decision won't be made on assistant GM even till after the draft. Okay, so they're not going to do anything else until after the draft. But Omar Khan would be great. I think Omar Khan would be nice from the Steelers. But it's a little too late in my opinion. I mean, it's never too late, but I mean, we could have had this ball rolling a long time ago. All right, moving on, Dave. Cole Luke gets a 1 year extension. Um, I actually approve of this because it's a cheap deal. Listen, and it helps us say it prevents us from going out spending some big money on somebody. I like the cheap deal, the cheap 1 year deal. Get it, don't spend any money this year. Just sign some role players for 1 year, and then we just complete the rebuild or start the real rebuild next season. Dave, any thoughts on Cole Luke B? Been around for a minute.
He has been around for a while. I'm happy that we're making moves. I don't know if I want him starting, and he won't be starting. So
No. Well, I don't
I'm
care. I
glad
don't care
this.
who starts. I really don't care. Listen, my expectations are at an all-time low for next season. So start him. I don't care. In fact, please do me a favor. Start him. Let's see. Let's see
Tank
how. Let's
City.
see how far we can go.
We going to Tank City.
So, yeah, that's your boy, Cole Luke. Again, been around for a while. 1 year deal. Doesn't really matter how much. All right, moving on. Any more thoughts on Cole Luke Day? My bad. I kind of cut
No,
you off.
I'm good on Cole, man.
All right. Next up, Reggie Bonifant, Dave. He also got a 1 year deal. He was an exclusive rights free agent, so he was signing with us or signing with nobody, because that's how those exclusive rights deals work. But Reggie Bonifant gets a 1 year deal. Any thoughts on that, Dave?
I like Mr. Bonifine, and I'm curious to see what Rule's gonna do with all these with McCaffrey and Bonifine if he's gonna actually get more work in this next go round. But he deserves it. I'm happy for him. He'll definitely make the team and get some play. I have an inkling that McCaffrey might not get the same type of work he's been normally getting.
Yeah, I think Joe Brady's gonna mix it up a little bit. He's used a couple backs in his days at LSU, so because I think their back was injured and he had to mix it in a lot. So I think we'll see a bit more Bonifant just to keep the wear and tear down off of McCaffrey. And he played well in his couple stints that he did get touches. He played well. He had that one breakaway run. Um, but yeah, shout out to Bonifant because he was signing with us and signing with nobody essentially. So um, I like it. He's been getting better each year. His name keeps progressing. So you like that out of your guy. All right, moving on, Dave. Anything else on Bonifant?
Nah, I'm good on Mr. Bonifine. He's gonna be good for us, man. I like him.
Yeah, I
I liked
think
him a lot.
I think he needs to be used in the same light as McCaffrey. I think he can play wide receiver. He's a former quarterback, so you can put him anywhere. Line him up at wide receiver. He's got decent size, like 6'2" or something, 6'1", 6'2", something like that. I could be wrong on that. I could be making that up. But I seen him line up a wide receiver. I know he can play quarterback. He did that at Louisville. So um, let's see what Joe Brady can do with Bonifant and McCaffrey. Should be interesting to say the least. All right, moving on. My man Joey Sly, Dave, gets a 1 year deal as well. What does that mean for your boy Graham Gano, Dave?
Out the paint. They're gonna let him go. They're gonna let him go, man. You ready? You
Think
ready
so?
for a Ganoless squad?
I've been ready for that. Listen, I was never a fan of that deal in the first place. I'm on record saying I hated that deal. You don't need to pay a kicker that much. You just go get another one. It's not that you did exactly what you needed to do in the light of not signing a Gano. You went out and got a guy. There's no need to pay a kicker what 4 or 5 million a year, something like that. That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous, bro. And listen, Sly ain't the best kicker, but I hope Brady and Rule and all those guys bring in the analytics team. They start to go for it more, more 2 point conversions, take the football out of the kicker's hands, off the kicker's foot, excuse me, and take control of the game. You need kickers; they're absolutely necessary, but there are some situations where we don't need to be kicking field goals, and I think we should be taking advantage of those points. But yeah, I agree. He's not the best kicker, but listen, Gano wasn't the best kicker either. Let's just be real. We want to be 100. I say Gano and Sly are damn near equal. Where's the lie,
Yeah.
Dave?
I mean, the slide's much cheaper.
Exactly.
Cheap in the field. But
Exactly.
I'm cool with this pickup. I'm cool with him sticking around
Yeah. This is
because
I approve of this deal. I approve of all three of these deals. They're cheap, 1 year deals. You don't commit to a guy long term. You get you get Joey Sly in the building. You potentially extend them. Even if he kicks well this year, extend him and give him a little cheap little couple year deal. He'll stay around for a Lowski. He's not gonna demand crazy money. But that Gano contract was asinine. I hated that contract from the rip. But it's time for Gano to go.
Grab a no, gotta go.
All right. So my bad. I cut you off again. My bad. I gotta do better. Any thoughts on
No, you good, man.
Joey Sly?
Nah, man. I'm happy Sly's back, and I hope this means Gano's gone, which is probably most likely the case. So I'm rooting that both of those things are occurring.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. Let's move on, Dave. One more topic we gotta talk about, and that is the CBA, Dave. You know the CBA is in negotiations right now. There's a deadline for March 18th for them to come to an agreement on the CBA. Okay. Couple things in contention right now, and this is why you don't see any long-term deals going out past this year, because whatever deal comes into effect or whatever deal they make on the 18th or by the 18th will go into effect. It'll void the last year of the current CBA, and the new CBA will be put in place. So there's a lot of nuances and a lot of things that can be renegotiated, and that's why you don't see a lot of long-term deals, a lot of long-term commitments past 2020. That's why you see 1 year deals coming out. So there's a few key points in the CBA, Dave, that are under contention right now, and I want your thoughts on these. So
Week 17, right?
one of the big things is 17 weeks. They want 17 weeks played. That's not 17 week regular season. That would make it 18 weeks, including the bye weeks. So they want 17 games played, and the NFL Players Association is like, nah, bro, we not doing that. But then I think there's a negotiation point in that they would knock off a preseason game and roll that first week up, move the first week up,
They trying to get these dudes killed. They
and
better change that
that's
kickoff.
why the NFLPA is not with it.
Yeah, man. They trying to get these cats killed. It's tough. If you get rid of the Thursday night games and then you consider it, then I think it might work. But you got to give up the preseason game for sure.
There's there's also you got to give up that preseason game. There's also talks in expanding the playoffs to 14 teams, Dave.
I
Um,
wouldn't be mad at that.
yeah, I don't know how I
I
feel
wouldn't
about.
be mad at that.
I'm not.
No, that'd be easy to do. The team with the best record in the conference gets a bye. Everybody else got to play each other. Two plays seven. I mean, two. Let me get this right. Two plays eight. Three would play seven,
Yeah.
and four. That's terrible math. No,
No.
two plays seven. Three
Yeah.
plays six. Four
Yeah. Yeah.
plays five.
Two teams. Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
But and there's also one more thing they're talking about, Dave. They're talking about um concessions on the drug policy. So they're talking about weed becoming legal. Um,
Yeah. Good.
that
Yeah.
that
Now with Josh Gordon
get
out of
get
the league.
please get Josh Gordon back if that's the case, man. Give that man restitution for all the years y'all killed him. Um,
But the thing is, there's this guy. There was this video. I think his name is Flimlow Raps or Flowlow Raps or something like that. He did a whole video on the story of Josh Gordon. He had more problems than weed, my man.
I
He
gotta
had a
watch it.
lot of.
Don't spoil it. What is it on YouTube or something?
Yeah, I'll send you the link.
Send me the link because I want to watch that. I want to watch that. I love
Yeah,
documentaries like that, man. I'm a
it's
junkie
like
when
it's
it
not a
comes.
doc. It's more like
I
a
know, I get it, but
yeah,
still,
yeah,
I'm into that. Yo, that's my
yeah.
thing.
Flimlow, that's him.
Yeah,
Yep, Flimlow Raps.
yeah. I
He
know
does he
Flimlo.
does a bunch of players about what happened to him. Like he
I
did
know Flimlo. Flimlo does. He used to do. He used to do what? What was that? He did the documentaries on. What's my show, man? uh, QB1. I think he followed not QB1. What's yeah? I think it was QB1. I don't know, but anyway, I like Flumo Raps. I've heard of Flumo Raps. I'll check that out. I'll check that out. Um,
Yeah, yeah he did David Boston too. He does a bunch of plays about what happened to him and why things happen. It's pretty dope. But he did one on Josh Gordon, which was really good.
yeah. All right. What one other thing was um, what else were they talking about with the CBA? I think I got it all.
And those are the three big ones, right?
Yeah, those are the three big ones. Um,
Oh yeah, he did one on Kelvin Benjamin too.
that's funny. I gotta check that one out. I gotta check. Y'all chilling, my boy KB, man.
They did do one on Kelvin, man. And the picture is
Oh,
classic.
I'm tripping. One more. This is a huge. This is actually one of the biggest ones. They were actually talking about giving the players a larger share of the revenue under the new CBA. So right now it's like 47%. They're thinking about upping that to 48, a little over 48%. So that's
Oh,
huge. So you give the players more money, I think, and that I think in turn, if you give the players more money, I think the owners are like, nah, if we give y'all more money, y'all got to play more meaningful
I
games.
guess
That's
I better give him 50 then. The parent, they need to give 50. They want them to play an extra week.
hey,
I mean that's actually proportionate when you sit down and do the math. If they sitting here with 47%, I mean probably need to give them another 2 to 3 to play another game.
yeah,
If they take just one, the Players Association is softer than I thought they were.
yeah. But yeah, it's just interesting. And the reason why I bring this up is because it correlates a lot to why you're seeing the 1 year deals. There's no commitments past this year because and it kind of lines up perfectly for us because our big cap influx is next season. So we'll have a lot of cap space depending on what we do with the players, Cam Newton, Poe, all those guys. It depends what we do with all those the obvious cuts. Gano, but we could have a ton of cap room in 2021, and that's so it's relevant to what we're doing. Besides Shaq, that's right. Thanks, Highline. Shaq did get paid, but I think they want to keep him around long term. So I think he's like the only one that's part of the long term plan right now. You see, there's no Bradbury movement. There's no Daryl Williams movement. Obviously, poor Daryl Williams, man. I feel bad for that kid, man. For real. Uh, he's been through it. But Dave, that's all I had, man. That's all I had for today. Um, do you want to open the phone? Is there anything to open the phone lines about?
Nah, they can look, man. If they want to talk about stuff, maybe we'll get some questions. We can put the lines on and see what folks think.
All right, let
There
me.
wasn't much news this week,
It's not
man.
much news this week, and bear with me, bro. Bros and ladies, I had there's a lot going on for me this week, so I just didn't get a chance to make it happen like I normally do as far as content. Um, I got to get my taxes right. It's just a lot going on, a lot of stuff going on. So my bad. And same that applies to the videos, the prospect videos. They come into again. I just got a lot going on. I'm super busy, so um, and I got a couple. I got a deal going to close probably next week. Um, and I'm also going to be on the you guys all know the Kilgore's project I worked on last year when I went to Africa. This I'm being
Yeah.
fully transparent here. I'm actually going to be nominated to be on the board for that organization. So
Wow,
that's dope, man. It's dope.
you about to
So
be you about to
I'm
be you about to be busy, busy.
I'm super busy. So I'm super busy. So just bear with me. Bear with me. I'm trying to balance that with my family. Try not to neglect my kids. So y'all just bear with me, bro.
Don't worry, man. I neglected my kids for almost 5 years. All that travel I did when I
Yeah,
was.
nah, I know. Me too, Day. I traveled too. Don't forget, I traveled.
Yeah, no.
So I know. I
That's how
know.
you end up at the occupation you're at, man. You was like, enough's enough.
Yeah, man. I was like, I traveled for like maybe like 2 or 3 years. I was like, nah, I'm done. I'm done. So yeah, man, I appreciate the love, man. It's big for me because I think I'll be matter of fact, I think I'll be the only African American on the board too, which is crazy. Um, it's cool, man. It's cool. Oh, yeah, the lines are open. I opened up the phone lines. I think I opened them up. Yeah, y'all call in. If you order, Jared, thanks for the donation again, man. I feel like you give us your whole paycheck, B. No disrespect. I don't know how much you get paid, but I feel like you donate
Yeah,
a
man,
lot of
you out
money.
here saying, "Oh, his paycheck
I
$5."
know
No, relax.
I know the way it came out. I know. It came out wrong. It came out wrong, man. My bad, Jared. No disrespect. I didn't mean it like that. Um, all right.
So
Let's yeah. 1 second. 1 second. Let's answer Jared's question real quick. If you were if we were GM, Dave, what contender would we trade Cam to, or would like to see him with? One team each. So Dave, who would you send him to?
Who's got the highest draft pick? That's what I
He
would
said
send
a
him to.
contender.
Oh, a contender?
Yeah.
Chicago.
Chicago is I can't send them to the division, or
You
excuse
mean the
me, the
conference?
conference. I can't send them in conference. I'll probably send them
I
to the.
mean, I would say the Patriots, but that's gonna be a terrible pick. I want a good pick.
Well, so I was gonna say, are the Chargers
I
not
want a good pick.
are the Chargers not contenders
Oh,
though?
they are. They
I feel like
are.
I would send them to the Chargers, man. I would trade them, and the
I mean, they
Chargers
were in
got
the
a high
playoffs.
pick,
They was in the playoffs 2 years ago.
and
Like people forget that.
they got a high pick. Yeah, I think I would send them to the Chargers. I'm with the Chargers, B. If not the Chargers, I would send them to if they don't count, I would probably send them to.
But the thing is, man, Cam will make any team a contender.
That's true.
He'll
That's
make
a good
most teams in the NFL contenders.
a healthy
Like
Cam,
I
a
don't think.
healthy Cam, healthy Cam.
Yeah, a healthy Cam could make most teams in the NFL a contender. He could make Cleveland relevant.
Don't do that, Dave. That's you going too
I'm being
far.
real, son.
You just habitually stepped the line, B. You overstepped the line right there.
Nah, man. I mean, they got the GM, you know.
Yeah. All right. No, it's no. Is that you, player?
that is
What's good,
What's up,
bro?
man?
Welcome to the show,
nothing much. How's it going?
man. We hanging in there.
Going.
Just tired.
We going.
I feel you slow no, excuse me, slow news season.
Yeah, for sure.
Panthers. Yeah. I wonder if a couple things. The VP of player ops. That dude looks like a puppet. Like Slim said. And you are not. Rashad, I don't think you were being too mean by saying Tepper doesn't know what he's doing. That's literally what it's looking like. He may be a billionaire, but that doesn't mean just because you're a billionaire, you know how to do everything. I mean,
Right.
he's an expert on Wall Street. That's what he's an expert at.
Yeah.
Doesn't So I still think he's going to be a good owner, but sometimes you got to learn the hard way. And he did not hire the VP first. He hired Rule.
Well,
Again,
yeah. Well, that's. I think
I,
that's. Let me jump in there right quick. Sorry. 'Cause I think that's a. I think I'm not mad at him hiring the coach first. 'Cause a lot of teams do that. A lot of teams will hire their coach first and then get the. Because it's one of those things. Who really decides the future of the team? Like, is it the coach's vision? It's like the chicken and the egg. What comes first? So I'm not opposed to him bringing in. I'm not gonna kill him for that, but I am gonna kill him for bringing in this dude for VP operations that does not know what he's doing.
Well,
Go ahead, my fault.
normally I would say that, but the thing is, he hired Matt Rule, and again, I know I was very excited for Rule.
You were, you were.
Disclaimer: he was still third on my list behind
Nah,
me and
don't be copping,
Stefanski.
please, B.
Just so
Noli, don't cop no
no,
please, fam. You was rule.
no. I was excited for Rule, but you can roll the tape. What did I say? What did I say? Who are my 1 and 2? Let's. I'm not
Stefanski
gonna.
and
Nah,
Bieniemy.
nah. I think rule was your one, B.
Nah, it
At
wasn't.
one
No,
point,
That's
at
not
one
true.
point was
relax.
rule your one, B.
Nah, it wasn't
Oh,
all. I
I
think I
think
think
at
it was
one
higher
point,
than it was higher than
oh, okay.
three. It was higher than three.
Rule was your king,
Uh,
B.
Stefanski was your
okay.
guy from the gate, and the enemy
Oh yeah,
went
yeah,
up.
yeah. No, well, my dream guy was Jim Harbaugh, but that wasn't
Yeah, it's a
happening.
fact.
And then I was like, okay, give me Stefanski or Eric Bieniemy. I was gonna roll with Eric. Here's what I will say, and I'll be honest. With all the hires coming in, I am a lot less excited about this hire compared to where I was when he first got hired, because of all the dudes he's hired. I will admit that, no shame. Um, I'm not gonna pretend like he was a distant third. He was in my top three. I was excited when we got him, but I guess what I underestimated is just yes, you don't fault somebody for hiring the coach first, but he hired a role, and now it's with that contract he has, and basically with this guy he's hired,
Hmm.
he's kind of set the front office back. Because if we hired Stefanski or we hired Bieniemy, we're getting an NFL VP guy. Okay, the front office becomes modernized. Right now, it doesn't matter. It's basically anything what Matt Rule says, and that's setting us back so many years because I I was excited about the Rule hire from a um, coaching standpoint, but I don't want this man to be the de facto GM, like
Yeah.
to scout NFL guys. Like that's very concerning. If he's just going to have, and with that contract, he's basically going to have say because you got to understand he's coming from the college ranks. These dudes, he recruits all the players. Um, they have so much control in college. And it's just I didn't want any coach, even if it was Stefanski or Bieniemy, to have that much control. I wanted like a modern approach. You have a VP slash assistant GM or GM, like you have all
What
these positions filled up.
That's, I
Go
mean,
ahead.
that's still not completely out of question. I still think there's been rumors that Omar Khan is going to come along. I have seen that, so we're not completely out of the woods. I just think instead of having that guy in place prior to the draft, it kind of sets us back one off season.
Yeah,
In which
it does, but
I'm not mad at that because
we
at the end of the day, this season will be a wash anyway. But go ahead, my bad.
so no, you good. So we bring in Omar Khan with Rule getting paid 60 million. Who's gonna have final say? Like
But
that's my thing. Like
I will say that Rule said he's not a personnel guy.
he's not, but I mean this is hard to believe because they just hired this dude to vice president. Like this dude is not unless his job is unless they. I think you're right. Tepper really is not knowing what he's doing right now because how many times have we heard? Okay, that's a vice president GM. It's
Yeah,
two positions. Oh,
yeah,
it's one
no, yeah,
position now.
I said
Oh,
it.
never
Yep,
mind. It's two positions,
yep,
but it's this guy's going to be VP, but he's not going to do this and this. They're just.
yeah.
I mean, it's just they're just playing. They're just shuffling the board around. And what's frustrating is um, yeah, we can bring in Omar Khan, but we weren't allowed to interview Andrew Berry because it wasn't going to be for. It was going to be a lateral move. He was not getting a promotion. What I want personally, okay, fine. If Rule has more say than the average coach, that's fine. But I still want like a VP guy who's going to have the final say. Like I don't want that being my head coach. I don't care if it was the enemy of Stefanski. Like
I don't. I
I want
as
there to be
even
collaboration.
even with as much as he's getting paid, I don't think he's gonna be making final decisions with personnel. I just don't think that's gonna be the case. I think it sounds.
Me
Listen. I
neither.
think it
Me
sounds
neither.
nice because I think it sounds nice and it's a great talking point because he got paid so much. I see where you coming from, but I really because he said it out of his own mouth. He's not a personnel guy, and so I don't think he's gonna have final
How
say.
much of that could be bluff? How much could that just be bluff?
Could
Because
be.
he also did say, I imagine Phil Snow in some sort of role coming here, and we brought him as a D coordinator, which again is not shocking, but it's just with the way he's getting paid and just the moves that have been coming on and the fact that they're keeping Hurney, if not for next season, for this year, I mean, it's just his show. And like until to me, I see proven otherwise, I really do think it's just he's going to be like Bill O'Brien, just making. I don't think he's going to be coming up with these contracts. I mean, he's got
Yeah,
the
I don't think he's gonna be
cap
built.
room for that.
He's not gonna be
Got the cap
Bill
room,
O'Brien levels.
Samir. But um, I don't know. It's what I said a little earlier back. Since Cam got his shoulder, I haven't felt like really optimistic for the Panthers. since that loss to Pittsburgh on Thursday night 2 seasons ago. Like
I feel
it's
you.
just been downward. It's just weird, and I don't want to be in purgatory. Just
Hey,
not
listen,
look forward to the season.
it's one of those things where I listen, I make a lot of mistakes on this podcast. I've said a lot of crazy things and I've been wrong a lot. I've been right too, but I've been wrong, okay? And this is one of those things where I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong about this whole thing, but I'm not optimistic about the coaching staff. I think it's just,
No,
and listen, I'm
I'm
not
not.
optimistic about the front office. I'm not
Nope.
optimistic about the bunker suites. I mean, it's not
Oh my
much.
gosh.
It's not much I'm optimistic about. And
I'm
maybe
not either.
2021, maybe 2021 things will turn around. We get that top pick, and we get a new quarterback. Maybe, but I'm not optimistic about anything right now.
Oh, I mean, like from like it's like a one like the excitement I had when he first came in. But again, I should have probably known better that he was going to bring in this many college people. It's just it just is not looking good. But again, it's wait and see. To me, I'm kind of just holding my breath for who they take at 7. The last thing I wanted to ask y'all is in the scenario. Let's say we obviously a lot of us agree it's best to move on from Cam, even though he's 100% healthy. He's going to be 31, and if you can take for a year and get Lawrence or Fields, who will be 21, you know, you can get them, and it just might be time to move on. But let's say that what's being said is true, and they truly do want to keep Cam and want to build with him long term. And let's say, he's healthy and he can play another 7, 8 years. Okay, let's say he does that. What are we going to do from a contract standpoint with Cam and then
Oh,
McCaffrey?
my fault.
Because I do not see a world. I don't. The cap would have to jump like crazy,
Exactly.
but I do not see a world where you are gonna pay Cam 30 mil a year and then you're gonna give C-Mac
That's
18 mil a year.
that's the
I
problem.
don't
You're
see that.
not.
That's the problem.
I
You
I
hit it right on the
cannot.
head.
I do not see a scenario where that is possible. As much as I love McCaffrey, I'm gonna take the quarterback every
This,
single time.
and this is
So
this is
like,
this is why all signs point to Cam Newton not being with the Panthers. They can have him next year, but I think he is not in the long term plans of this team. Um, even I think I'm not gonna say even if he was healthy because even if he was healthy, I think they would make it work. But
oh yeah, and
I
and
I
and I'm
just
one of those where like, sorry,
no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm one of I'm one of those to where I understand Lawrence and Fields are generational talents, but if Cam is healthy and it's a marriage that's going to work out, I'm okay writing him out till his career is over. Like quarterbacks, okay, there may not be another Lawrence and Fields for a while, but whenever his career is over, let's say 7 years from now, 8 years from now, we can worry about our quarterback then. I'm not after the Andrew Luck, the way he's ended his career. I'm never ever going to be like, oh my God, we can't pass this up. This quarterback is the next Elway. No, after Lawrence and Fields, there will be somebody, 6, 7 years from now. So I'm not one of those that are saying move on from Cam because you'll never find another Lawrence Fields or anybody near them. I'm never in that boat after what I've seen with Andrew Luck because you remember how he was hyped up out of this world,
Yeah.
and never lived up to it. So to
It's
me, obviously, I think moving on from him would be fine. But I was curious what you guys would do in that situation because let's say their plan is to bring Cam back. Let's say he's healthy. We have to assume that because the front office and Tepper, they're scared about giving him a contract. So it would be structured in a way that maybe it's only 3 years long.
Yeah, but then Cam, I
That
don't think
he
Cam takes that. That's the thing. If Cam is healthy, he's not gonna take no BS deal. We owe him.
not
We
no
we
no.
owe
What I
him
don't mean
restitution.
BS. What I'm saying is like you give him 3 years, 100 mil,
He's not
fully
taking that, bro.
guaranteed,
First of all, it's gonna be his last contract.
33 mil a year,
He's not taking
100
that.
mil fully
He's not
guaranteed.
gonna take. He's not gonna take. You know why? Because it's gonna be his last contract. He's gonna get the bag, b. And we owe him. We owe this man. He's been
Oh yeah.
severely underpaid. He is going for the gusto, b. I'm talking a lot of money. If he plays
Dude,
healthy,
he got the Kemba Walker situation. How Kemba signed his contract right before the CBA exploded in the NBA, where he had him on
exactly.
four
That's
years,
exactly
48
right.
million.
That's exactly right. So
And
he's gonna
we
he's
got Cam.
that's exactly right. And he's gonna want that bag, bro. If he comes back, he's gonna play. He's gonna play through injury. Let's say even if we'll never know if he get even if he plays 100% or plays all the games next year, he's probably gonna play banged up because this is his last hurrah. It's his last hurrah to prove that he's healthy and to get that bag. I'm talking about the real bag.
But Oh no, no, no. What I'm saying is, what if like he turns out to be healthy and the team there's a mutual feeling, hey, I want to be here long term. I'm in
I'm
that situation. I'm
I'm
willing to
not
pay
doing
him
it.
and I'm fine. But my thing
I'm
is
not.
like,
No,
what do you do?
Noli, you paying this man about 40 million a year, bro. That's how I'm
40?
telling you.
Oh,
I'm telling you, bro. You think
really?
I'm playing? Yes. Cam Newton is getting. If he plays healthy next year, he is
He
getting the
will.
bag, b. The bag.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's gonna get paid.
He's gonna get paid, and I don't blame him
So
one
that's
bit because we owe him. We owe him. We owe him. He has been severely underpaid.
40.
It's gonna be closer to 40, b.
See, I was thinking like 30 to 35.
Nah,
Now
that
that
ain't
was more
happening.
talking Patrick Mahomes.
Nah, bro. What? No, he is getting the
Okay.
bag, bro. And that's why I'm
You
like,
think
all
he's gonna
right.
get more than wait? How much you think he's gonna get more than $35 million?
I was thinking between 30 and 35 is what was the
Nah, I'm
No,
talking about
yearly average.
Shy.
no.
You think
He's getting more
he
than
ain't get
that.
35?
I don't
Nah,
see it.
He
not
what?
35. Not more
Are
than
y'all
35.
crazy? If Cam plays healthy,
Russ,
if Cam
Russ
play,
ain't
Russ is
got
the highest.
35, fam.
when did Russ get
Russ is
paid?
at 35.
When did Russ get paid?
Russ is at there.
And when did he get paid?
Last year wasn't it? Last year when he was with
Okay.
Sierra.
What happens? What happens to quarterback contracts every
Oh
year?
yeah, it goes up. So that's the
My point
issue. And I
exactly.
came in late to the podcast. I came in late to the podcast. Did y'all talk about the cap explosion with the new CBA? Is there any information that if it can go up? Because with this new CBA, to me, the rate at which the cap is going up and the rate at which quarterbacks are getting paid, that they have not adjusted the inflation
What?
for that. Like,
No. So what happened? What's happening? We did talk a little bit about the CBA, but what's happening? I didn't. I don't know anything about the cap explosion. I don't know anything about that, but I do know they're talking about paying the players more. It's going to go up to 48%, from the 47% that it's at right now, and then
okay,
they're talking about. There were also, I read somewhere where they're talking about raising the minimum veterans wage
to a
scale.
million.
Yeah, it's going to be raised, and possibly doing away with the rookie deal structure. So it's a lot
Oh
going on. Yeah,
no.
it's a lot going on. Yeah, it's a
Oh,
lot. It's a
they
lot.
got to keep that, bro. They got to keep that.
And
They might
possibly
change it.
and
They
possibly
might
doing
change it though.
and
No, that would
and
be terrible.
and possibly doing away with the 50-year option.
You just reminded me how Cam has been shafted. You remember he was the first.
Yep.
He was
That's what
his
I'm
It's
Noli.
coming.
draft was the
That's what
It's
first
I'm
coming,
pick.
telling
y'all.
you. That's what I'm telling you, Noli. You don't think he knows this? You don't think his agent knows all of this? He's going to
Yeah.
get the
Okay,
bag,
but
B. I'm telling
oh
you.
yeah,
40, it's going to
my
be
thing
closer to
though is
40,
like,
B. I'm
yeah,
telling
I
you.
know. Well, here's the thing. My thing is like, um, real quickly, you can't get rid of the rookie wage scale.
I
Like,
don't know. This is
because
a
you
rumor.
have
That's
to
a
remember.
rumor. That's a rumor.
Oh, I hope it's not because Earl. Remember, and this is something the veteran players will agree with because you have people like Earl Thomas who come into the league, get drafted, get this contract, and then Troy Polamalu would go to Steelers
What?
organization, be
No.
like,
So
hold up,
so
hold up.
so, so let me rephrase. What I read was that they're going to reduce the number of years. So instead of being a 4-year deal, they're going to reduce it to like
Uh-huh.
a 2-year, 2 or 3 year, just so they can get paid
Two.
quicker.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even like
Yeah.
that.
No, I'm
That's
just
gonna change
that.
everything because then. Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't like that. But anyway, that's a separate discussion. My thing is with Cam. Um, it'll be interesting to see because it's very obvious, and this doesn't even need to be a rumor. Of course, the organization is scared about giving him a long-term deal. He's been coming off 2 years of injury.
Somebody
Like,
won't be.
there's no. Yeah.
Somebody won't be
So,
scared to give it to him.
so
Pause.
you think he would get 4 years or 5 years as a free agent? I'd say four. I don't know if he would get
I don't
five
know
years
what he's
at the
gonna
age of
get.
32.
It's gonna be the biggest bag you've ever seen for a quarterback. That's what it's gonna be. Cam is gonna get
So
paid.
that's what I wanted to ask you guys because if they end
I'm
up
not with
signing
that.
long term,
No, I'm not
so
with.
you don't want to pay
No,
Cam.
no, I'm not. I'm on record saying I don't want to pay. Even if he plays healthy, I need to see it multiple. I don't just need to see it one year in this garbage year because this is a garbage. Unless we go to the
Uh huh.
playoffs, unless Cam takes us to like the Super Bowl or something like that,
Uh
then
huh.
I'm not trying to. It's time to move
Give
on,
him a
B.
blank check at that point. You
Right.
can
That's
take
what
him
I'm
to
saying.
well,
That's what I'm
win the
saying.
Super Bowl. Win the Super Bowl. You can
Or
give him a
when the
blank
suit.
check in my
Yeah.
book.
At that point, then I don't care. All bets are off at
But
that
that's
point.
not happening. This roster trash. But yeah, I was just gonna ask you in that scenario. Let's say because uh, you have been hearing that they might want to keep him if for some reason it works out. I don't see a scenario where you pay a
He's getting.
quarterback. Let's just be
Nope.
conservative. $32 million a year plus a running back,
It
15 to 18
Nope,
million a year.
exactly. That it won't can't work. It can't work. And these are the kind of you don't think these are the kind of discussions that the team is having. It just doesn't make sense to,
Mhm.
especially when you got a new coach, a new offensive coordinator, a new regime. Everybody's new. Cam doesn't have anybody. There's no Luke. There's no Olsen. It's just time. It just is time. And you get you have the new coach. Let that new coach get his quarterback. So there's no excuses. There's no because you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh, I had Cam Newton, a banged up Cam Newton. It's the same bullshit Rivera's been doing. I had a banged up Cam Newton. That's how Rivera stayed around so long. You know what I'm saying? And we
Well, what do you
kept
think?
hanging around
I
with the
know, I
mediocre
know, but
years.
what do you think of rules like? Look, I got the 7-year deal. I got Cam Newton, former league MVP. Let me try it out for a year. I truly do want to see what I can do
For this
with
year, I
my
don't.
first few years.
For this year, I don't blame him. If you want to do that for this one
Okay.
year, then go ahead because it doesn't. There's not
So
much
your
gonna change.
issue will be if you want to keep him after that. Let's say
Correct.
rules like, you know what, I like
Especially
Cam. I want to keep him.
especially if we're not a good team.
I get that. If we are like if we finish with Cam 5-11, you just got to let him go somewhere else.
Yep.
It would just depend on our record. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I'm waiting for this off season. I'm ready. Well, there's been a lot of craziness going on, so we'll see what happens next. But yeah, like I said, I have not been excited for this team since that Pittsburgh game. Who knows? Maybe they'll surprise us this year, but it is what it is all I gotta say.
All right, bro. I got one more call I got to get to, and then we're gonna
All
close this
right,
thing
man.
down.
Appreciate it, Noli.
Appreciate it. No problem. Talk to y'all later.
All right, man.
Have a good one, my man.
Now we know
Yep.
what's good.
Yeah,
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 what's
yeah.
Locks Main? What's good?
I mean,
Yo, like
The
I seen you talking about the who is this vice president? Like, is that who they hired? The dude
he
Yeah,
was already there.
what is doing?
They
Sean
already picked him up.
Huh?
They just moved him to the job.
Sean Patton. Yeah, we already talked about him a long time ago, but there's no position named. And now, as of I think a couple days ago, it's official that he is the vice president of football operations. He came from Baylor, and he also came from Temple with Matt Rule. He was the
I mean,
he was
dang. I mean,
he was the I think the director of football operations with Baylor. I don't know if that helps any, but yeah. No,
yo.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my damn phone had cut off. Yeah, but yeah, man. Like I told y'all, man. Like either I told y'all people in the chat, man. They giving rule all this power. Like he's basically hiring all his guys, and you know, like I heard Noli saying like all of a sudden now it sounds like he's questioning everything that's going on. Like I told y'all, this is a basically a full rebuild,
Yep,
and there's no point of keeping no damn Cam. Like
I agree.
I keep hearing people say, "Why bring him back?" Like people in on Twitter and in the little Panther groups, like they just going, "Oh, why would you get rid of?" He was a former MVP. That was 2015, man. Like, they really be pissing me off because I'm like, yo, why y'all keep talking about that 2015? He ain't been the same since. Okay, and then they'll bring up, well, we were 6-2 in 2018, and, he had the highest completion percentage and da-da-da-da. But what they fail to realize is dude was digging and dunking the whole year.
Yeah,
The only thing that set Cam apart was his ability to run. And as far as that shoulder injury that people claim he had, like he still had zip on that ball. But the thing about Cam, when I watch Cam,
Here comes the money.
people say he
Here we
had
go. Money
a little
talks.
Frank.
Here comes the money.
They got to be Jews. They got to be.
appreciate that,
Locke
Jared.
said that. Lokes said that. Lokes Main said that Cam had 8 sorry seasons and thinks Carolina has better weapons than the Chargers, so Phillip Rivers will be better here. And Rivers better not come here, man.
Nah,
I'm gonna be pissed if we pay Rivers.
that's a lateral move for Phillips. Rivers,
Yeah,
excuse me.
I mean, the only reason I said Rivers is because he's a better pocket passer. And as far as the quarterbacks that we have, as far as Greer and Allen, they are pocket passers. And then with the new coach and with Brady, even though he came from LSU with Burrows, and I know a lot of people said Burrow is a running quarterback. I'm like, no, he's not no running. He's a quarterback that can run,
Yeah, that's
but
true.
he's more of a thrower.
I agree with that.
And then and then when you yeah, and then when you see what he did with Burrow, and that he came from, I'm well, I'm not gonna say he came from the Sean Payton system, but he spent 2 years with Sean Payton with Drew Brees. So I feel like even though if we rebuilding, if you can trade Cam, or if he's not healthy and you decide to release him, why not bring in a guy like Rivers for 2 years where he can teach Greer and Allen, and help them, groom them as like in the Joe Brady system. But if we get if Rivers come and he can perform like I know he can perform, if he can give us 4,000 yards passing, 30 touchdowns, complete 67% of his passes like I know he can, you know that that can help the team. McCaffrey, all the young wide receivers, and it can help everybody. I know a lot of people saying, "What's the point of bringing him in?" I think bringing him in is more than just bringing in the old guy. I feel like he can help everybody. The coach, he can help the offensive coordinator. Hell, like everybody talk about what the offensive line is sorry. The one thing I realize about guys like Rivers and Tom Brady and guys like sit in the pocket, people think just because they are not mobile, like they know how to get rid of the ball, like they know how not to take sacks. And people bring up, well, this past year with Rivers, well, he had 23 touchdowns and 20 interceptions. Like the same thing I was saying about Cam. I think sometimes guys just need a change of scenery. And if they, like everybody been saying, like somebody told me that they was Thomas Davis was on the NFL Network, and he said he's been told that they're gonna bring Cam Newton back. I'm like, I mean, if they bring him back and he don't perform, I guess it's whatever. I mean, I don't know. You
Yeah,
know, I don't get the point of bringing him back. But I don't want to hear no more about no damn 2015 and none of that.
yeah.
Nah, I don't want to hear
I
that no
I
more.
I
That's over.
agree. I don't think there's any point in bringing them back. This is a full blown. I'm not tuned out. This is a full blown rebuild. Um,
yeah.
so you got
Well,
it.
we'll see, man.
I think
Tepper and Cam are tight, man. That's why I'm like, I think the best thing to do is to trade him. But the reality is, I could see a situation where he gonna get to play his final year. I see it. Like I already see it coming, which means Cam's gonna show out in his final year so he can get paid.
See, and that's the funny thing to me is everybody is so stuck on what Cam was in the past. It's like everybody has this hope that, man, if Cam can get healthy, man, if Cam can return back to what he did, it's all this what if. And I get it. The scary part is, man, if we let this dude go and he has a chip on his shoulder and he
yeah,
does this,
that's a fact.
we will look stupid. But
No,
but
that's
then
gonna happen.
again, you
So
thinking like, man,
that's gonna
you,
happen
you
whenever we let
think
them
you
go.
think you said what now?
No, I agree. That's gonna happen whenever we let him go, and he's gonna play with a chip. That's gonna happen. It happened with every other damn player we let go, whether Steve Smith. They've all gotten us back. Okay, so that's just it's just time. It's just time, man. It's just time.
Yeah, man. Like I've been trying to tell people, man. Like, listen, you know, regardless if he have a chip or not, if if he can't, look. we've been seeing Cam the last what let's see, 2018, the last what that's what 1.5, 2 years. Last 2 years, man, he just hasn't been the same. So I feel like ain't no point of bringing him back. And like, you know, um, like Noli said, like I feel like put it like this: should we? Do y'all think we should draft? Put it if we get rid of Cam, should we draft a QB this year or wait the next year
Nah, I wait.
or what?
It depends how it falls. A lot of people are high on Tua. I'm not because I just think you letting go of one injury prone quarterback to get another injury prone quarterback. I'm just I'm not with that. But even if you let him sit a year, it's still who's to say it's a hip for a quarterback. Um, I don't know about that. So listen, I'm just proceed with caution on Tua. Do your due diligence. I wouldn't be mad at. I'm not gonna say I would be mad at Tua at 7, but I would probably wait until next season though, and especially if we're gonna have a higher pick. Hopefully, we have some more draft assets, more picks we can possibly package up and trade to move up to get a Fields or a Trevor Lawrence. But I'm waiting. I'm waiting. We'll see how we have to see how it falls. Though. I keep my options open.
Yeah, like I was telling some people like, okay, if they do draft Tua, hell, we rebuild it anyway. So if we draft him, he can sit out a year, and you can let Allen and Greer. Hell, even if you draft Tua, you can even decide to even keep Cam for that last year, and this let the year play out, and all of a sudden next year, after the dude then sat out a whole year, rehab, and all of a sudden now you got a fresh quarterback who done been in the NFL system, been in the locker rooms, who done studied in the system, and then been sitting for a whole year. All of a sudden now, you know, I understand the injuries and stuff like that, but a whole year off, I think he'll be good. And like I said, everybody mad at Tepper now for the things he's doing. Like I said, about the bunkers and stuff like that. I mean, like I said, he want a new stadium, and if he can't get one right now, he gonna make Bank of America into his new stadium. He gonna fix that stadium up to get it up to standards. I hear people complaining about the bunkers, but you know, I guess that's what he has to do as far as that little soccer stuff or whatever, and it brings more money to him because with that with Bank of America Stadium being so old, you know, he's not making as much money as the newer stadium, so he got to do things to you know make make it add up. And like I said, you know, we shall see. We shall see if his Wall Street geniusness can translate
Geniusness.
to the NFL.
Yeah.
And I think that's about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I got much more. You know, yeah, nah, I don't think I got much more to say on that. But that's about it though.
Okay. All right, man.
All right.
Thanks for calling, bro.
Appreciate you calling, bro.
I'll let you.
All right, man.
Holla.
All right, yeah, it's interesting conversations, man. This is the kind of reality of where we are right now. And just strap in, because a lot of things could change. A lot of things could change. From now, I'm not watching the basketball game, bro. Duke got the W. They beat Florida State, so we good. I wasn't watching the game. I was handling some business. All right. So that being said, Dave, you got anything else?
Nah, I'm good, man. Time to close this bad boy out.
All right. Um, you got it, Dave. You want to close it out?
All right. Yeah, man. You can follow us on Twitter at Panther Nation PC. We're on, subscribe if you haven't already to the Panther Nation Podcast YouTube channel. You can follow me on Twitter at ChampD1012. We're on Facebook at Panther Nation Podcast. We'll be back on Apple Podcasts at some point. We
Yeah.
both got to do better with regards to that.
Facts.
And that's pretty much it.
All right, man.
Appreciate you guys tuning in.
Yep. We'll see y'all next week. Hopefully with some more compelling content for the people. All right. Peace out, people. Go Duke. Aggie Pride. All that.
Aggie Pride.
Peace out.